Hey, what's up, nerds? It's Paul at Radio Free Hammer Hall, and we finally got the big announcement, guys. Pantaloons have been banned from Age of Sigmar. Uh, we got the official announcement of the cuts to the Cities of Sigmar line that are going to be coming along with the new book and release. And it's basically just about what I thought it was going to be. Um, Basically all of the free guild stuff is getting cut along with a few other things too. um, the only thing out of free guild that we're keeping is um, the general on Griffin, who I presume is going to be getting a new name. um, and then we're keeping all of the collegiate arcane stuff, and for some reason steam tanks. That's kind of weird. Uh, Now, I thought more of that was going to get trashed because they have the name of Karl Franz etched into the side of many of those things. So I would have thought they would have tried to get rid of that name from all of their models. But not quite so. In addition to that, we're also getting rid of the Phoenix Guard and the two old High Elf Phoenixes, as well as the Anointed, which is the only place to get that is in the Phoenix kit. So, I mean, I assume that's going to be gone as well. Um, and then all of the remaining Wood Elf stuff that was in Cities of Sigmar also hitting the rubbish pile. So, you know, I have a pretty decent size Cities of Sigmar army. About to not be a Cities of Sigmar army as soon as this new release comes out. And honestly, I'm not really even mad. Uh, for those of you that have been with me for a long time on this channel, you might remember that that was the place in Age of Sigmar that I started. That was my first army. It started off as the Empire in Warhammer Fantasy Battles and then moved over to Age of Sigmar and stuck around from there. Uh, I was really big on that army for a very long time. Um, and then I moved on to other things that I just liked better. And, I've always really wanted to like Cities of Sigmar, but it never quite played the way I would have wanted it to. And so it's odd that, this army is making its way out of Age of Sigmar effectively, basically replaced with something pretty new. All of the human stuff is getting a full new line, and we're keeping dark elf stuff and dwarven stuff, but um, most of that are like newer, nicer sculpts, and I don't own any of that stuff. It was really just old Empire models, so I don't really think that I'm going to be picking up any of that stuff unless something in that book like really, really catches me. Um, I don't think so. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with all of the models. Most of the paint jobs on all of those things are old, so I'm not really even that keen to keep or display them. They don't really have that much nostalgic value. A handful of them do. That I'd probably just keep those for uh, the sake of memories and nostalgia and all of that stuff. But to me, this army's been kind of dead for a long time. I haven't really played it, I don't think, in like 5 years. So uh, it's on its way out, and that leaves me personally with only Chaos armies left. I've got Skaven, Cities of Sigmar, not Cities of Sigmar, Slaves to Darkness, Skaven, Slaves to Darkness, and Magakin of Nurgle. I did recently sell off my Iron Jaws, which never really got off the ground either. Um, so yeah, I don't know where I'm going from here. I don't know what I'm doing next. Um, maybe this will open the door to a new army project. Particularly if I manage to sell off a bunch of the stuff. But it's just time to say goodbye. It's the end of an era and kind of closing the door on a chapter of Age of Sigmar for me personally. That's really kind of closing out my uh, pathway back into Warhammer Fantasy Battles and, really being more firmly grounded in stuff that I like a lot more and think is more interesting of armies. So, um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I've got not a whole lot to say about that. The new model line does look cool, but it's not cool in a way that I want to pick it up and paint it. Uh, there's a number of other armies that I feel that way about as well. It's just, it looks like there is a crazy amount of detail on those models. I'm not into a lot of the particular aesthetics of some of it. A lot of it's cool, but a lot of it's like, what are you doing? Um, and if it sticks to a similar play style to what Cities of Sigmar is now, it's just not going to be for me. Um, which is funny because it's like one of the most Johnny armies there is, and I'm definitely up in that psychographic profile area, but just not that particular army just is not super exciting to me. So, um, yeah, I mean, I guess that's it for now, and I'll talk to you all later.